Basketball injuries that ruined careers. Back in May of 2017, the San Antonio Spurs were battling the Houston Rockets in the Western Conference semifinals, and their legendary point guard Tony Parker was still a huge part of their team, as he had been for almost 2 decades, leading them to 4 championships and earning a Finals Most Valuable Player award along the way. At this point, Parker was 34 years old, but he was still showing flashes of his old self, and the Spurs were hoping for another deep playoff run as they relied on his leadership and experience on the court. But what happened next would change everything for both Parker and the Spurs. You see, during Game 2 of that series, with just under 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Parker drove into the lane and tried to float a shot over Patrick Beverley, but as he landed, he suddenly collapsed to the floor, grabbing his left knee and barely able to move. The entire arena went silent as Parker's teammates had to carry him off the court, and right away, everyone could tell this was not just a minor injury, especially since even Spurs coach Greg Popovich said, "It's not good," after the game. But the real shock came when the medical results came back. The thing is, Parker had completely ruptured his left quadriceps tendon, which is one of the worst injuries a basketball player can have, and this type of injury is so rare that even doctors said it would take at least 8 to 10 months just to recover, if he could ever play again at all. So Parker had to go through surgery and then months of grueling rehab, where he worked out every day for hours just to try and get back on the court. And even though he was determined and came back earlier than expected, returning in November of that year, things were never really the same. But what happened with his role on the team after he returned is what really surprised everyone. As it turns out, when Parker came back, his numbers dropped a lot as he averaged career lows in points and assists, and his shooting was way off compared to before. So the Spurs started giving more minutes to their young point guard, who was only in his 2nd season, but was showing tons of potential on both ends of the court. Then, in January, Popovich told Parker he would be coming off the bench for the first time in almost 10 years. And even though Parker handled it like a true pro, it was clear the team was moving in a new direction. But the way Parker's career ended after all of this is honestly pretty emotional. What I mean is that after the season, the Spurs wanted Parker to stay as more of a mentor, but he still wanted to play, so he ended up leaving the only team he had ever played for and signed with the Charlotte Hornets, although he only stayed there for 1 season before deciding to retire because he just could not play at his old level anymore.